So today is the 20th of January. Today I'm going to turn around the bedroom, place the furniture in the places where I need them for the actual film, see what it looks like, and also I'm going to hang up the stick figures from the ceiling, put those in place, see what they look like, and make sure that I've got enough for the actual production. So this is how the bedroom looks at the moment before we start. As you can see, this is the layout. It's a bit of a mess at the moment because I've got lots of props everywhere. I'm using it as my production office, so this is where a lot of things happen. At the desk here, laptop there, little workbench here where I've been making some props. So I just wanted to show you that before we actually change things around, and you can see a kind of before and after. Okay, so I've moved all the furniture around, and this is pretty much how the room is going to be layout wise. Obviously that, this desk here that I'm using as a workstation, that's not going to be there. I've got all of the props and things just crammed in the corner there. Obviously they're not going to be there. This particular set of drawers is going to be replaced by a different set. The bed itself is going to be replaced as well, because I need a bed where I can actually get the camera and the actress underneath, which I can't currently do with this bed. So that's going to have to be replaced. The wardrobe is going to stay pretty much where it is now, and there's going to be some little additions. So that's the furniture layout. What I've also done is I've hung all the stick figures from the ceiling, just to kind of test that out. They won't necessarily stay in the same positions where they currently are, or I won't necessarily be using the ones that are hanging in those positions. I might change them around. Once we get a camera in and do some tests for the shots, we may need to kind of reposition them so they look a lot better within the camera frame. We've got this stick figure on the wall. The idea is to put another one, maybe it's on that side, and then maybe there's one on this wall here next to the cupboard. We've got the little skeleton crucifix just hanging from the wardrobe there. I've just stuck him there for the time being. I don't know if he's going to stay there. Another thing I've also done is I've hung this little skeleton guy, ghost, whatever it is, from the mirror, and I've got the eyeball jaw there. The idea being is that our main character Alice is going to be looking in this mirror at some point in the film, and so I thought we'll put some little kind of spooky Halloween decorations around the mirror as well, so that'll be in the shot. Also, one other thing that I've just acquired today, I'll show you this, is I'm getting some of these masks. So I'm going to do something with these particular masks. Creepy. So yeah, I'm going to decorate these, and I'm going to do something particular with these particular masks as well. So I might show you those at some point as I'm decorating those. And I'm not going to tell you what they're for. That's a nice little shot. Ooh. I'm not going to tell you what they're for at the minute, so I'll keep that a little secret. Okay, so you may recall in one of the last videos that I collected some sticks, branches from the location when I did the location recce. So this is the collection that I've got, and I'm going to make another prop out of these. So I've put a sheet down on the floor because I'm going to be cutting up these branches into various equal lengths that I need for the next prop. And in order to do that, I'm going to use what is called a pull saw, and kind of tells you exactly what it does in the title. It cuts on the pull instead of the push like a normal saw, and this is the kind of thing that tree surgeons will use for small branches and twigs and whatever. So what I'm attempting to do now is to make pentangle out of these branches, so it's kind of a variation on the stick figure theme that we've got going here. So the first thing I'm going to do is attempt to move some of these smaller little twiggy branches that are coming off the main stem of the branch that I want. So all I'm going to do is just, I need to tighten this up actually because it's not tight. Right, you just pull and that should snap off quite easily. So all these little things I'm going to remove first of all, and then get, like, you know, the straight lengths that I need for the pentangle. I'll probably cut this section off here as well, this bit here. I'm going to have to be extremely careful and keep my hands out of the way when I'm cutting this, because I have had some nasty cuts before using this, even though I am a trained tree surgeon as well. That was one of my things that I've done in the past, so I kind of know what I'm doing. So please kiddies, don't do this at home. I might leave these some little strands kind of going on there as well. So all it is just taking all these things off. And I'm going to do that with all of these other branches that we've got here, and try and get some equal lengths. I've got the lengths that I need. I needed 5 the same length, so these are all pretty similar lengths. What I've done is, rather than like, you know, cut through so you've got a perfect cut at the end, I've kind of just put a little nick in it, and then I've just snapped the end off so it looks a bit more rough and ready. I'm now going to lay these out on the ground to try and get the shape that I need. So this is more or less how I want it. Obviously the need securing, I'm going to use that, I'll try and use that string. So I've managed to secure the first 2 sticks together using that twine. The tricky thing is keeping the space and the shape that I need obviously to create the star. I was looking up what the pentangle actually stands for, because it's been adopted more recently, more recent times, by obviously horror films. You see that quite a lot in horror films, but it was originally it's to represent the five points, kind of as an idea of Christian morality and knight chivalry, and it represents the 5 virtues of the knights. So you've got friendship, generosity, chastity, courtesy and piety. So that's what it originally kind of stood for. But then you've got all these horror films, and they use it kind of for devil worship films, and I don't know if you remember, there was a very famous scene in American Werewolf in London where there was a pentangle hanging on the pub wall. So the idea is it's going to hang on this back wall above the bed, above where our character Alice is going to sleep. And I thought that this little stick figure that I made before, which looks like a dead bird, dead creature, I may hang that in the middle and stick some blood on it as well. So with some of the leftover sticks from making the pentangle, I've made this little prop, which is little sticks in a jar, which kind of looks like a tree. So it's kind of representative of the tree that the tree witch was tied to. You know, in the legend of the tree witch, which is told by Alice's boyfriend Chris in the film. So Alice has made this prop. She just, you know, before she made it, she didn't know the legend of the tree witch, so it's kind of as if it's been put there subliminally, because and also, you know, we've got the kind of the tree stick theme running throughout the film. We've got all these stick figures made from little twigs and branches. We're going to have other props with that include kind of sticks as well. So it's, you know, it's a nice little prop that I've just kind of done, and kind of in the bottom of the jar it's just a load of little twigs, sticks, and a little bark that's kind of peeled off of some of the sticks that I was using. And the jar itself was very cheap. It's only £1 from one of those kind of cheap stores that you can get loads of knickknacks and things from. So yeah, I might make some little additions to this, to be honest, but I mean, yeah, it does look pretty good the way it is. Yeah, we'll see.